Hello everyone, my name is Karim Shousha. I'm senior lighting artist at UE5. And today I'm gonna show you how you can improve your light from this to this. There is many tips we're gonna learn today, but before we start, please don't forget to check my website linkmentor.com. And now there is 70% off of all of my tools and my courses, so you can check. And if you want to become a lighting artist, you can get my lighting course. It's for 7 weeks. It's offline now, and also you can check my tools for any tools, Skyatmo Pro, Aquarium, or Underwater Blueprint. Also, you will find some free tools like Misty Fog, so you can check it. So let's get to start. So how we can get the light like this for the interior? There is many artists they asked me to create a video for the interior, and that's why I am gonna show you today how you can get some cinematic and realism lighting for the interior scene like what we have now. So before start, I just want to show you something here. So this is the scene that I downloaded. It's free scene, so you will find the link below. You can download it and you can do your practice on this scene. So as you can see here, the artist he made this great environment. I think he doesn't really have enough experience in the lighting, so that's why he add a lot of lighting to just make his scene looks nicer. But as you receive the any scenes, you have to consider you can't use all of these light props in the scene. So the first thing you have to be aware to make some nice lighting with some balance with the light props. So that's why I removed most of the light props and I just kept some of them that I'm gonna use in my scene. For example, here, all of this light is not useful for me. All of this light, the lanterns here is not useful for me. So the first thing I did here to just remove all of them and start to put some of them around, okay, to create some nice balance between the lights. Okay, so how we can start to create our light? Okay, I'm always try to use sub levels and try to do the same thing in your level. So don't try to add your light in the main level. So just try to create sub levels first. So the first thing I'm gonna do to you can create from anywhere here. Right click level, and let's say this night lights. Okay, and then you can go to the window and check levels. Okay, and once you have here, just drag and drop this here. Double click here to make sure that you have the current levels. And as you can see here, there is no light. So the first thing we're gonna add is HDRI. And here is the secret for the ambience. So one of the secrets that you have always to think about, the first step in the lighting to create the visual ambience or the global ambience. Because once you create the global ambience, you will be able to add any other lights in your scenes. Okay, so and that's what I'm always do. So I'm always start uh, with the ambience, with the global ambience, and let's just scale this up. Okay, and from here I'm gonna use this maybe 50. Okay, and from here I'm gonna change to specific cube map, and from here we'll add 20. Okay, and now it's time to add HDRI. So the HDRI I use it here. So let's go back here, and I just want to get this one. So this is the HDRI I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna leave the link also below. You can download from HDRI Heaven. Okay, so let's go back here and just drag it and drop here, and also from here drag it and drop. Okay, now as you can see here, we have this very bright lighting. So the second step, if you remember, we're gonna start to add the post processing to set up the exposure correctly. Okay, so search for infinity and then exposure. Okay, and from the min and max, I will set on 9. Okay, so now we have it looks very dark. That's normal, but we need to make some balance between the sky and the ambience inside inside the train station. Okay, so we have two options. The first option, we can go to the local exposure and maybe to change the shadow contrast to 0.7. I think 0.7, it's a good value. Now, as you can see here, we start to feel there is a nice balance comes from the skylight, just the skylight lighting. So it looks very natural for me. We can tweak it a bit. So, so maybe so 0.6. Okay, so in the shadow contrast 0.6 and mid-gray price is 2. So now we have very nice balance between the skylight and the environment here. Okay, the second thing, we have to make sure the lumen system is set up correctly. So turn on the lumen system and the reflection also. Turn on high quality translucent if we have any translucent in the scene. Okay, global ambience here, 2, here at 4. Okay, the skylight leaking. You see when we add the skylight leaking here, oops, it will bring more light to the scene. So just in case if you want to add some light. So the first thing I'm trying to consider about it's to make sure that we don't really have these dark spots. So you see here we have two dark spot. So but with the sky light leaking will bring more light. Okay, and the HDRI here need to move it a little bit down. Yes, so now we have very nice global ambience in the scene. Okay, the second thing, I'm gonna start to add my light props, but in this case, before we add the light props, I would prefer to add a directional light also. Okay, for the directional light, put it in movable, and let's start with maybe 200. Okay, and I will try to get some nice balance. Okay, and I need to have some nice shadow, soft shadow. So from here, we can change the value to get this nice shadow. Okay, so I will keep everything as in natural color. So everything is gonna be white. Okay, so just add a little bit here. Okay. Also from here, we can search for shadow and make the shadow resolution 8. And from the contact shadow, add it 1. Okay. So there is a very nice also tip I'm always try to using. It's to add a sky atmosphere or sky atmosphere, because the sky atmosphere will make some blending between the skylight and the directional lights, and also we can change the light mode from here. Okay. The third thing, I'm gonna add the exponential fog. I would love to have some nice fog from the top here. Okay. So yeah, that's it for now. But I feel like the scene is too bright for me. So I can go back here and it changed the value to 100 or 150. 150, it's a good value. Okay. So now if we go back to the post processing and just go to the temperature, for example. Okay. So we can start to go to the global and change the contrast. So now if we change the mood, we can get any mood we are looking for. So more flowish or more natural color. Okay. And from the mid-tone also, from the gain, boom, now we start to get this nice mood as I showed you in the previous tutorial. Okay, I'm just trying to have this nice balance. Okay, so now we have everything looks very natural as you can see here. So it's time to add the light. So now we can start to add the light exactly where we need to add the light. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna try to put the light, it's here on the spotlight on the floor. So we're gonna use the spotlight. Okay, and maybe some of you they know this or not, but in Spotlight we have something called IES textures, so we can get some nice light effect. Okay, so I'm just try to find, yes, that one, it looks natural. Okay, and we're gonna change the radius because the radius it's too much. So until here, it's a good value, and we will need to have some nice shadow fade, yeah, soft shadow. So this value, it looks nice. Maybe with 4,500 for the temperature to have this white warm light. And I think maybe also we can get uh, the change the intensity maybe to 80. Yeah, because I don't need anything to have something overexposure, over brightness. Okay, so now we can copy this light, and also if you want to have some nice global illumination in from this light, so you can simply add maybe this 10 or I think 5. That's better. Okay, and don't forget to make the volumetric scattering intensity to disable any fog. Okay, so now we have this also. We can copy and put it in the other place here. Okay, just turn this off. Just rotate the lights. And by the way, what we are doing now, it could be ready for the game, but we're gonna need to add some peak light because now we have enough intensity or the enough radius between each light. So if we check the light complex, you see everything looks very nice. So there is no overlapping lighting, and this could be works with the light in the games. Okay, but also we can add some light for the pics. So for example, if you have the light here and you need to have some nice ambience here. So there is two options. If you are working the cinematic, you can use the dynamic light, okay, and put the temperature in the same value, okay, and just change the radius here, okay, maybe to, yes, 250. And from here, I'm gonna change this value to have to remove any reflection, because here, if you look at here, we have this nice reflection. We can keep it for sure to have this nice reflection. But if you feel it's gonna not make sense with your main light, so we can just change this value. So with the 0 and maybe 50, now we have this nice ambience. So just take a look between this and this, because we have this light, it should cast or make some nice scattering light. But this light, you can turn it to static, and then once you baked the light, it's gonna have this gonna your light baking. But because I am using now the dynamic light, I can keep the light as is. Okay, so you can put the light here, and also it will not affect that much on the performance. Okay, if we check the light complex, yeah, for sure we're gonna get some red, but as I told you, is not ready. This not ready for the games. Okay, and also be aware of this slide, because if you have a character and you want to play the character from here, but to make sure, I just want to go here and change this to blueprint, turn this off, and my new lights, right click, always loaded, to have the lights loaded. Okay, so because now if I move here, the light can be hit the players, but make sure your light it's has enough height to not touch the player, because if it's here and the player start to go, you see, boom, it's gonna hit the player. So make sure your light it's a bit higher. But look at this, once, boom, there's no light with this light. Okay, so we can change the intensity to 50 is too much, so 25 it's a good value. Okay, but if you really gonna work on the light, I would prefer to create blueprint and to have this specific light, and you can name it this GI light, or this dynamic light, or floor light. So I'm always prefer to not use the main light source from here. Try to create your light first from the blueprint, and then you can use it. Because now if I want to change the intensity for this light, I have to select all of these lights. But if I have the blueprint, I'm gonna open the main blueprint, and once I change anything, it's gonna change it on all other the lights. Okay, this also another tab you can use it. Okay, so now we have the main lights here. Okay, we can start to add the light over there. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do here. Okay, I'm gonna take this light and put here inside. Okay, you have two options now. You can keep the shadow if you want, or you can add light cookies, or you can select this light and search for cast shadow and say, no, I don't want to cast shadow. Okay, so it's up to you. But in the games, for sure, we will not cast the shadow from the point lights. Okay, so I will keep this for now. Okay, so just take this also. I don't like the shadow from the top, so I will move it a bit down here. I just need to hide this ugly shadow. Okay, so now we have this nice balance, but we need also to cast the light to have some more scattering light here, right? Okay, so we can create a spotlight. Okay, and add 200 or maybe 600. Okay, and from here I will put the same value. Okay, so just take a look between this light and this light, but I need to turn off any fog. So maybe we can increase the value to 900. Okay, we can just move it a bit higher. So now we have some nice scattering lights comes from this lantern to effect on the outside. So once the player, let's move here. So we have this nice blending lights. Okay. Also, this light should be cast till here, but it's already casted. But this area, it's dark, so we can add another spotlight. Okay. Or we can add the point light, for example. I would like to add the point light. Okay, and from here, so for 1500. Okay, maybe so. I think with this one, we have this nice value, and I'm gonna change the radius of the lights. So now at least we're gonna have some nice lighting comes from here, and we can take the same lights and put it here to have this nice ambience, and we can remove this light. So I will remove this, but now you see we have this nice blending. Actually, we add that's called fake lights. So when we add the fake light, we try to make the light what's called the scattering of light, or the or light bounced. Yeah, it's called light bounced. So we have this light, and this light has to bounce the light, and this light has to travel to some distance. Okay, so now we have this light. Okay, but on the other side, I don't want to have symmetrical. Don't try to have them symmetrical in your scenes, because this is gonna make your scene ugly. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna use maybe the light comes from the bottom here. Okay, and just make the value here. For sure, we can add some light props, but I mean, we can change the lights. Okay, so now you can add some nice lighting over there. Okay, and maybe we can change the color. You can add any type of color. Maybe we can add some sign here that is gonna cast this light. So we can put the sign here that's gonna say this exit or entrance or to other way. So which is gonna cast this light to have this nice balance. Okay, so let's try to put the value lower. Okay, so now can, I don't want to spend that much on the lighting, to be honest, but I was just want to show you the main idea to create these lights. But you have freedom to create your own lights mode. So I would go back here, and I would like to turn on chromatic. You have the lights as some plume from the top here. And also we can go to the local exposure, and from the details, we can add one, I think 1.1. Now we have more realism. Okay. And also there is something called here sharpness. Let's search for the sharpness. And yeah, chromatic also. Chromatic, it's very important for me here to have some more realism. Okay. Yeah, from here, sharpness, I I would like to add one. One, it's very good value. You see, it's completely different once we add the sharpness and the plume effect. Now we have this nice light blending. So now if you want to change the global lights color, I mean the global light, the color for the global light, how we can change this very easily. So it's very simple. You can select HDRI drop and go to the skylight. And from here, if you change the skylight color, wow, that's what we can get. So boom, you can change to green, you can make it warm if you have the sunlight, or you can make the evening time or even the night time. So with this low tint, you will achieve this kind of mood. Okay. So I just want to take this one and put it here to just have this nice lighting. Okay. But look at this. You see, it looks very nice. Now, the reason I put the blue to have the color harmony between the lights. So now it's here, it's warm, outside it's more cold. Okay. Also, you can add the light on the sign. So let's say I have this sign here. Okay. So let's put the light there and add red. Okay. And the radius just 100 to have this nice low tend comes um, from this sign. Also, you can just put the light direction. You know what? You can change the light direction for the point lights by using IAS light. So here we have 180 degree, 90 degrees. So if we select 180 degree, I will have this. So now I just make the light direction goes this way, and it will not affect on this wall. Okay, so now it's the light, it makes sense, more sense for me. Okay, so you see here, yeah, not that much because the light, it doesn't cost that much. So, but with 50, the value, it looks very nice. Okay, and as we have the light here, I would like to change maybe to add the green lights to just make some nice blending. You see the difference between this light and this light. So with 300, I think we have this nice value. Yeah, I think green, it's a good value. Okay. So now if we go back to the sky atmospheric, we can start to change the mood. It doesn't change that much, but it's okay. I don't care. Okay. So now if we go back here in post-processing, I can change the contrast to have this nice color. And from the gain also you can make the light more natural, comes from the sun or this the daytime lighting. Okay. But I love this mode, to be honest. Okay, but yeah, as I told you, the main secret is how to create the main uh, light ambience lights in the scene, and then you can start you to add your sub lights or fake lights around. But it's important to have some contrast and some balance between each light. So for example, we have this light in the background here. This area is too dark, so I would prefer to add some nice lighting. Maybe we can add red, but because the train is red, we can keep it green. Okay. I think yeah, red is better. Okay, you see here to just have this nice ambience in the background, but for sure this is too much. Maybe 400. Okay. So yeah, I think that looks better. So now once we play the games, the scene looks very nice. We have this nice lighting. Okay. So now you can feel there is something inside here. You can go forward. You can really see the lights here. It looks very nice. In the directional lights, just try maybe if we change the light direction to here. Okay, and just move the color, change the color a little bit. So we have now we can have some nice shading. Looks very nice. Everything looks natural. And you see, we didn't spend that much time on the lighting. I just create very quick light setup. For sure, here it looks very bad. I don't like this, so it's not good for me to keep this light. So maybe yeah, we can keep one. Okay. Play from here. Just make sure everything looks natural. So now we have this nice balance. The reflection looks very nice. So it's very simple. It's not about to add too much lights. It's all about how you can organize your light and put it in specific place to have this nice lighting. In my lighting options that I made it before, I spend more time to add nice lighting. So we can go here. I add light here on the ATM, and also I change the color. So here blue, here is green. So There was some of them here also, but I don't know where it is, but it's fine. Okay, but in the end, for sure, you will have better lighting better than this light. Okay, so that's everything in the light. Uh, Try to follow the same steps. Start with the HDRI light. Create your visual ambience first as an and try to get natural lighting, and then add the directional light. Then you can add the fog. You can add the you see here. This is the layers. So if we turn this off, so HDR light, it's a fair thing. So then post processing, then atmospheric, then directional light, then the fog. So with all of the thing, we're gonna have this nice blending lights. Okay, so that's pretty much. I wish you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and share this video if you like it. Leave your comments if it's something interesting for you, and if you ever have any issue to get the same result. I made a video, you can check on my YouTube, because there is some setting you have to turn it on first from the project setting. You will find also the video below. uh, and yeah, just try to get this scene and start to create your own lights. And so excited to show me your exports, okay, or your results. So thank you very much, and thanks for your support, and see you in next video. Bye bye.